Today we'll be unboxing the Mutant Master of Magnetism on Rip It Open with Newman. Welcome back to the channel, I'm your host Newman, and today we're going to be unboxing the Mezco Magneto. Created in 1963 by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, Max Eisenhardt, aka Eric Lehnsherr, aka Magnus, aka Magneto, the Mutant Master of Magnetism, has been a longtime frenemy of the X-Men since Marvel Comics X-Men #1. A Holocaust survivor capable of manipulating the electromagnetic spectrum, Magneto has vowed to never again let his mutant brothers and sisters be the victims of bigotry and hate, and to further the prosperity of his people by any means necessary. Happy X-Men Wednesday, everybody. I'm really excited to get another Merry Mutant on my shelf. Full disclosure, this isn't a recent purchase. I've actually had this for a while. I've just never actually taken it out of the box. But because Disney Plus has blessed us with this wonderful holiday, we're going to go ahead and rip it open.
He said it! He said it!
So before we go ahead and toss this box right in the dumpster, let's go ahead and take a look at the box art first. Lovely box design, simple, elegant. Alright, now let's look at the side. Okay, it says Magneto, because that's who we're opening up. And take a look at the back. Got a nice picture of all the accessories as well as the figure itself. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the sleeve off first. Get that out of the way. And you can see the Mezco mascot Gomez. I keep wanting to call him Anthony, but that is a different character from a completely different franchise. Okay, so here's the Mezco Certificate of Authenticity. Lovely. Okie dokie, so let's go ahead and get a up close and personal look at this figure. I'm excited. Are you excited? Alright, nice and secure, and let's take a look at the figure itself. Alright, it's looking good. It's got the Mezcoification, is that a word? It's a word now, of the classic Magneto costume. So it doesn't have his, true classic look, which is sort of like a medieval look. It's got kind of an updated look to it. It has all the bells and whistles that you might see on sort of a Marvel Studios costume. So the arms go about as far up as a Mezco figure usually does. He's not doing any jumping jacks. Bicep twist is good. Right. Got the double joint at the elbow. That's nice on the right arm. Let's go ahead and test out the left. Also good. Alright, let's check out the wrists. They're fine. They don't go, they go all around, but they don't go like back and forth as much as your super articulated figures are. I just recently reviewed the Sentinel Spider-Man, and those wrists, they go all the way back. Let's check out the ab crunch. That looks good. And back. Ah, that's nice. That's what I want to see. Are you Magneto? That looks good. Right, let's check out the head. Goes all the way around, up and down. Slight hindrance because of the helmets. Oh. Get that back on. But he can do the tilts. Waist twist is nice. I do like that you can sort of see the muscle definition through the fabric costume. Double jointed knee is good on the right. Check out the left. Also good. No issue there. Alright. Feels like a ball joint in the pelvis. So we can twist that around. And check out the ankles. Ankles aren't great. I mean, but they're pretty standard for a Mezco figure. I feel like the ankles are the weakest point in most Mezco figures, but it's all good. Alright, let's take a look at that face. Kind of looks like Ian McKellen a little bit. Got a little bit of Gandalf going on there. I like the striping on the helmet. That's nice. And a good feel on I don't know what it's called. The giant bolts that keep his cape down. Alright, and since it's sort of like an MCU suit, he doesn't have any of the purple undies. That's fine. The line work really helps to break up the just sort of the monotone red of it. So that works. And even though he doesn't have the purple undies, he does have these rectangular things right here. You know, I mean, whenever I see this sort of stuff in movies for superhero costumes, I always think, what's the real purpose of this? Is it to protect from kidney punches? Is Magneto getting kidney punched a lot? Alright, take a look at the boots at the bottom. That's nice. That's some nice treading right there. I do like that. And let's look at the cape. The cape has a great feel. And I like how it's flocked. That's nice. It obviously has a wire in it on the fringes of it, so you can do a little bit of posing, a little bit of dynamic posing. You know, one thing I'm always afraid of with these Mezco figures is if one of the joints pops out, you know, because of that cloth suit, it's gonna be a nightmare to get that thing back in. But you know, that's the risk we take as Mezco buyers. It doesn't quite drape down like I would like. You know how, you know, Batman and the animated series, it would sort of drape down across the yellow bat symbol. It's fine though. It doesn't need to do that. I do like this. I do like how he can just sort of puff up his chest. Ah, mutant power. Alright, let's see if we can do the supervillain fist. I'll get you X-Men next time. How dare you thwart my plans. And the boots are nice. The boots actually kind of remind me of the Shazam boots from the second Shazam movie. Alright, we got this accessory, this hand accessory that has magnets on it. I don't know if I like how this looks. And we've got another one for the other hand. Right, we've got some jazz hands, obviously. Now, at first I thought that these gloves were solid purple, but they're not. They have padding that's purple, and then the glove itself is a gray, a grayish purple. But there are two different colors going on there. It's very faint. It's hard to tell if you don't have proper lighting, but it's there. And this effect, which I really like, the disassembled gun, gives me X-Men 1 vibes. I might use this for a display. This is nice. Alright, let's take a look at this second head without the helmet. And now in this one, he kind of looks like Rutger Hauer. Rutger Hauer with a sprinkling of Ian McKellen. It's a good sculpt. Yeah, it's a little soft. Alright, lastly we've got the X base. Maybe it should have been a giant M. Get all these packages out. Alright, we've got the Mezco Ziploc bag, which is very nice for all the accessories. Again, I don't really use these. I got a tackle box. And we got a posing arm. Super. These are nice and sturdy. Alright, let's go ahead and swap out some heads. Let's get the Rutger Hauer head on here. Alright, looks good. I think the proportions are decent. Not too bad. This is what like someone would look like if they were actually wearing a Magneto costume, as opposed to the more stylized stuff that you would see in, like, say, a Mothex or a Revoltech. Alright, let's go ahead and pop on one of these magnet accessories. If I can. Okay, alright. There we go. You know, it's on there. I'm not a super big fan of this. I think it just should have been just some solid rings. I don't really need a magnet effect. I mean, hey, look, the magnet works great. This isn't a light screwdriver. It's got some weight to it for its size, but it's sticking on there. But I mean, see, that's sort of the issue. Like, I mean, why is Magneto magnetizing a giant screwdriver? It's for scale. It just doesn't work for me. All right, let's try this effect. All right, now this is good. I like this. Yeah, that's nice. Beautiful. Doesn't weigh his arm down too much either. It's nice and lightweight, so that's good. All right, let's go ahead and pop on the Fists of Fury. Get him back to his original look. Okay. I do like this figure. Again, it's not as stylized as the Mothex, but like look at the definition of the thighs through the spandex. That's spectacular, actually, if you ask me. I always like comic artists that didn't draw all the detail of the muscles through the spandex in comics, like I guess like Frank Quitely and Jeff Bennett. They would always draw in the seams. The muscles were there, but you couldn't see the veins. It always bugged me when I was reading comics, and you could see the veins through the spandex. I don't know why. It's not real. It's pure fantasy. You could do whatever you want to do with it, but it just bugged me. So I do like that you can see musculature underneath the spandex, like a real person. Alright, let's check out a jazz hand. See, I do like this. Just nice and basic. I think with this figure you don't really need a lot of special effects. I think just the posing sells it for me. Yeah, it's looking at his hand like, I got a nice hand. Okay, let's get that off. And now we got a hand that's on the wrong side. Okay. Much better. I think I like this hand better than the last. You could just feel him just sort of crushing a piece of metal. It popped off on me. Let's try this again. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's Magneto. We are the future, Charles! Right, let's do the stand-up test. And he lives! That was easy. Okay, enough of that. So, all in all, I do like this figure. Despite, some limited articulation. But, if you get into Mezco, you kind of know what you're getting into. It's not bad with these ankles. It's fine. It's not even like I'm going to be putting him in Spider-Man poses. He's going to have something elegant. And he's going to be levitating. So, it's not like it even really matters. Looks good. I like it. I just like the way the cloth just drapes over the buck, the body, all of it. The cape, fantastic. Yeah, it's looking good. So, final thoughts. I think this figure is a solid B to B+. It's good. It's really good. I don't think it's great though. I think it lacks in the accessories department. I think it really only has that one good accessory, the effect with the disassembled handgun. The other ones with the magnets, I just don't think it's very practical. Oh, not even practical, but just it's not going to look good if you put any sort of metal object, because all the metal objects are going to be oversized, and then you just sort of destroy the illusion of it being a recreation of a scene. If you put pennies on there or like paper clips, you're just going to be reminded that this is an action figure. You're not going to be transported in your imagination. So I don't think that was the best decision. But, you know, I mean, if you love it, good for you. By all means. I'm not saying it's a bad decision. I'm just saying that decision is not for me. Again, I do love the pistol effect, but that's only 1 out of 3. And with the figure at this price point, just 1 out of 3 accessories being something that you like, that's why it stopped being an A. It's in the B to B+ range. And if you wanted to, I guess you could put the wrist and the ankle articulation in the negative column as well. But I mean, it's kind of standard for the Mezcos. I mean, you wouldn't get a Masters of the Universe Origins figure and complain about the fact that it doesn't have a double jointed elbow, would you? You kind of have to know what you're getting into. The Mezco line seems to be an amalgamation of your classic Masters of the Universe figure and say your old school doll like G.I. Joe or the $6 Million Man, and then update it with 21st century modern articulation. It has 1 foot set firmly in each of those 2 categories. And when you look at it from that perspective, and if you're a fan of that perspective, then you can really enjoy these figures. I know between this and the Gambit Mezco review, I sort of sound like a Mezco apologist, and I feel as though I shouldn't have to apologize on their behalf for anything, because I think those toys are great. I just know that there's a pretty vocal minority that do not like Mezco. So I think it's probably going to be the final word on me quote-unquote defending Mezco. So I think I'm just going to round back to the actual review of this figure. Again, the accessories, they're just sort of a miss for me. But the figure itself is great. I like the head sculpt. I like that it's sort of an amalgamation between Ian McKellen and Rutger Hauer, which I believe was, if you're old enough, was Wizard Magazine's pick as Magneto in the 90s. I think the cloth goods are great. I think the design of it is really good as well. The figure feels sturdy enough, whereas I feel as though I'm not going to break it. Not Masters of the Universe Origin sturdy, but sturdy enough. I really like the cape and the boots, and I think the torso articulation is really great. I would definitely recommend this if you've got the money and you can find it out in the wilds of the internet. Good job, Mezco. You get a gold star with a slightly damaged corner. Alright folks, that's going to wrap everything up. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Ring that bell and I will check you later.